welcome back to my channel. I am the Kentucky Yankee, and hopefully, with any luck, you guys just saw me riding this Blue Devil. Got a little sneak preview of it. If not, something went horribly wrong, because I'm just now getting started on finishing this thing up. If you hadn't seen part 1, guys, I'll leave a link in the description below. I recommend you watch it before you watch this part 2 of riding the Blue Devil. The back tires, guys, both have inner tubes in them. You can't do that on an ATV or a Go Kart or anything like that. When you have a driving wheel like this, the wheel will spin faster than the tire, and it'll slip, and it'll just rip the valve stem off. So I'm going to put regular valve stems in there. I think that the tires are just low in the back, but they both got tubes. I got 2 valve stems to go in them. The front tires, you can put inner tubes in them if you need to, because they are not being driven, by anything. They're just spinning along. The other thing we got an issue with is the throttle cable, and I decided on taking this guard off. I know I talked about keeping it and finding the parts to fix it all up, whatever. I'm just going to get it off of there, guys. So let's get started with the wheels and tires. There's a good possibility that the bead is going to leak. See how it's got even fabric there? So I need to put some bead sealer around this edge on both sides to seal it up. And I don't think I have any, so I might just use rubber cement. So here's the valve stem. A buddy of mine stole my valve stem tool. You'll screw a thing on here and then just pull it. And it's been stolen by a friend of mine. So I'm just going to use these. If you're real careful, don't squeeze too hard. You can pop it in there, but you got to be careful because you'll ruin the valve stem by squeezing it too hard. Here's a little message to that same friend of mine. I stole your rubber cement, scumbag. So, I guess we're even. Anyhow, I'm going to paint a little of this rubber cement on the bead. And now, let me get the air compressor and we'll bead it up. So I ended up putting the tube back in it because this bead was so stretched out, I couldn't get it to seal, not even with the rubber cement. What's happened here in the adult world, what we call it, is eating crow. So even though my previous statement was true about the inner tube and the drive wheel and all that, tearing it and this and that, I ended up still using the tube, contradicting what I previously said, and most likely this will still work. But again, this is called eating crow. Next step, let's get this guard off of here, and it's held on with this one bolt. Goes all the way through this shaft. That's a jack shaft, I guess. I'm not no go-kart expert. That's Cars and Cameras' job. I can't get this bolt lined up here. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine. And it would appear that you want to leave this nut just a hair loose. It's a lock nut on it, so it won't back off. Don't look like you want it too tight because you don't want to burn those bearings out, I guess. So there we have it. Engine's all bolted up. I had to put the clutch this way instead of with the sprocket on the outside. I don't know if that's right or not, guys. Let me know what you think of that. Both chains are hooked up, and this plate under here, this must be called a jack plate, and it is ingenious. I've never seen anything like it. It's so cool. This plate slides back and forth, and the engine also slides back and forth. So you adjust those two so that you can adjust both chains. You can slide the engine forward to adjust this chain, and this jack plate, slide it backwards to tighten up this chain. I mean, absolutely ingenious. Really cool. Next thing's the throttle. So the issue with the throttle is as follows. It would be nice to have the cable come right here, right through here, and clamp on here. And right here is supposed to be one of these dealios. But apparently I have ripped it off to put it on a different go-kart or something. So I'm thinking might be able to wrap the cable. There might be just enough cable to wrap it around and shove it into that one. I also need to loosen this bolt up because, see, that throttle will stay wherever you put it, and I'm needing it to spring back. And just a peek at the throttle completed for you guys. Here I am pressing on the gas pedal. Whoop-ah! 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 And up here at the gas pedal. And the same sound effects, if you could just duplicate them in your mind, guys. That would save me the embarrassment of having to do that again. Let me get the cover put back on here, the air filter cover and all that. And we will move to the next step. Because this is reality TV, you need to know that I do eat. Secondly, I'm going to be drinking this ice-cold Budweiser Select beer. The reason for that is because my dear sweet wife isn't home right now. Thirdly, I would love a sponsorship from Anheuser-Busch. So let me eat this lunch and we'll get back to the cart. And for my younger viewers, might I suggest Clover Valley root beer until you become of age and are able to drink responsibly. So here's what we got left. I got to get a bolt on here to hold the clutch in place. And again, I never did finish putting that on. I got to put that on. And also a kill switch, which I think we can get by without. And then we'll fire this thing up, guys. Before we go for a ride on this insane, powerful machine, always remember, safety first. See, so I'm going to buckle up here. Always buckle up and wear your helmet. Safety first, guys. I believe the idle's a little bit too high. I'm gonna slow it back down. All right, so what happened, fellers? A tragic quick end to our ride. This sprocket, and I'm winded because I'm so fat. This sprocket right here is all stripped of crap. Well, guys, that's unfortunate. This sprocket right here is just stripped. There's a bearing down in here that's just all fell apart, and our chain now is broke up. Guys, I hate to end this one short, but I have no choice. This pile just all flew apart on me. We got one short ride out of it. Anyways, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends, like, and share the video. That's how it works on YouTube. And we'll go on another adventure one day, guys. Everything doesn't always work out the way you want it to. Keep that in mind.